Come on, Xena, you want to take a selfie with me? Come on, do the duck face. Do the duck face. Do the duck face. This is my duck. Xena, look. They came. That must mean they want to know about comic books. Let's talk about comic books. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm Pocan Joe, and as always, you're pretty cool for being here. Thanks for stopping by. We've had quite the influx of subscribers lately. Check it down below. I want to welcome you personally. So, what did we get? With new comic book day coming on Halloween, plus I got some slabs that came in. Yes, I did slabs. It was awesome. And most of them came from the Baltimore Comic Con. So we'll talk more about that when we get there. But first, let's talk about the haul this week. As always, I stopped by a local comic book shop and I ordered some online. And I got to be honest with you guys, I got some good stuff this week. But hey, as always, let me know. Did we get good stuff? Or are we just jacking around wasting money? Comment down below. And if that's your thing, please subscribe. I'll leave that totally up to you. Or just come back and check the videos whenever. Very rarely do I do anything live, if ever. I don't think I ever have on my own channel. Anyway, what did we get? First off, let's start off with HannaBarbera and the series. Or not really a series, but these one-shots that they've been giving out lately with the HannaBarbera characters. This is Nightwing and the gorilla. Yeah, I really liked this particular cover. I went with the more serious covers with these, and of course I went ahead and got them all. Next we got Huckleberry, Hound, and Green Lantern. I have not read these yet. But I really liked that cover. I thought that was funny. It was whimsical. Why not? We'll get that. Next, we got Superman and Top Cat. If you don't know Top Cat, he was one of the lesser-known Hanna-Barbera characters from the Cartoon Express back on the USA channel back in the day. I can't wait to read this. I was a fan of that. Next is my sleeper of the week. Now, normally I don't outright justify a book for the entire week, but this is my sleeper. Keep your eyes on this. If you haven't picked it up, go pick it up now. And this is Deathstroke with Yogi Bear. I flipped through this just to see what it would look like. Beautiful art in it. I love the concept of the story. I don't think a lot of people are going to be watching for this. I think this is the book right here to get. Next, what else did we get? We got, of course, the Halloween or the Avengers Halloween special. I went ahead and went with both covers because I just could not make up my mind which one to get. Captain America with all the different parts to him, or Venom with a scarecrow with all the pumpkins carved out like Avengers. Wasn't too sure, so we went ahead and picked them both up. Next, we picked up from Ahoy Comics. Now, I had the opportunity to meet some of the writers and some of the people that are associated with Ahoy Comics, and they got a lot of good stuff, so definitely give them a check out. I went ahead and went with their Edgar Allan Poe's Halloween special. I like Edgar Allan Poe. Basically, it's just a remake of Edgar Allan Poe stories, only done in a more different way. More different. I don't know if that's a double negative, but regardless, can't wait to kind of crack that open. Another sleeper of the week, Hex Wives. This thing reads like Once Upon a Time, where everybody forgot that they were magical. It also reads like Charmed, where several episodes they forgot that they were magical. It basically reads like any television show where the main character is magical and something made them forget. Yeah. So it's an original story. Not really. But it was a good read. I'll give it that. And, of course, the women will get their memories back, and they'll stomp the shit out of all the men that made them forget. Next, I kind of got this one kind of funny because of my good friend, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, is always talking about meat and potatoes on covers. Meat and potatoes on covers. So I tackled him with Cavewoman. This thing is nothing but meat and potatoes through the entire thing, which is hilarious. I think it's supposed to be that. Everything's overly exaggerated in this. It's the ladies in it are juicy meat and potatoes all over the place. It's ridiculous. Not going to read it. Got it just to throw on the show here, and I'll find out if he's watching this later. Next, Batman to the Max. I went with this particular cover right here because it was the coolest one, period. The regular cover was garbage. Max, if you don't know, is a character from the 90s. It was kind of like a cross between Hulk, Wolverine, and whatever else you can throw in there because nobody could come up with anything original. However, this was pretty cool in the artwork and it's not too shabby. Definitely check it out. If you haven't gotten issue 1, I suggest you do that. Otherwise, you're just going to be lost in the story. If you're a cover collector, forget number 1 because those were garbage covers anyway. That is much cooler. And anytime you stick the Joker on there, I mean, really, are you going to go wrong with that? Probably not. Next, I went with Emma Frost, XMen Black. I've been collecting the mugshot variants lately, and I'm a completionist. However, the stories up to this point have been lacking. Just not getting it. When I read a story about a villain, I want them to be villainous. I mean, I want to see some stuff go down. We're not getting that. We're basically getting who they are, why they do what they do, and just a shot into their own lives. Although several variants for this have been made beautiful. I'm going to tell you right now, the Virgin variant for this particular book right now, if you're a collector that likes value, I would definitely get that because the Magneto variant or Virgin variant has already been climbing in value here lately, and it's going for stupid prices on eBay. I suspect this one will as well as all of them have, really. I haven't seen anything on Juggernaut yet. Mojo has popped up. So the Virgin variants with the villains on them, very sought after. I would definitely be trying to get those. Check your local LCS. Get them cheap. Otherwise, you're just going to pay more for them later. Next, we went ahead and because it was shiny and I'm like a fish or a moth to a flame burned by desire, I got this Batman Secret Files #1. It's the first issue, so why not? I've already heard the summary of it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I heard it's a pretty decent story, and it probably wouldn't be too bad to check out. So I'm definitely going to check this out, read it, and give a review later. Next, can't go wrong with this next one. We got Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. We got Darkseid. He's at the gates of Eternia. He's about to start some shit. I'm sorry for the language. And we got He-Man. He's about to stir up some stuff too. We got crazy stuff going on this. This is a great little mini-series. Don't see much value behind it, but it is a funny, just all-around good story. Plus, it's kind of cool to see Orko's magic actually work, which it does in our universe. Or their universe, or the Injustice universe. I get confused on the universes, because God knows they don't have enough of them. Next, I'm going to tell you right now, these covers have not gotten bad at all, these variant covers for the Witching Hour. This one right here is Justice League, Dark, and Wonder Woman Witching Hour. They've been trading the titles back and forth lately, and I kind of didn't catch that till earlier. This has been a great runaway story here lately. It has just been totally awesome. In this one, we find out more about Hekite. Nobody seems to pronounce her name right. If the writer of this story is watching this, I don't know why you would you please spell the name phonetically in the next issue or comment down below? I've heard so many different ways for the main villain to pronounce her name. It's been ridiculous. But we also find out more about the Upside Down Man in this story too. And being a completionist, I'm definitely going to follow this through as well. Next, we got Heroes in Crisis, and as usual, I could not pick which one I want. I like the Bane Breaking of the Bat story, so of course, that being a case file with pictures in it, that was awesome. But seriously, this little reverse bondage cover as well, that is kind of cool. If you haven't been reading this issue 1, basically this reads more like a mystery story than an actual comic book superhero story. And it's been very intriguing about what's going on. They're not giving away a bunch of information. So it grips you and it hooks you and it makes you want that next issue just to get some answers. However, they do use some characters that I'm not really fond of, like Brewster Gold's in it. I don't much care for Brewster Gold. Maybe that's me. I don't know. Not my thing. But, you know, it is what it is. Harley Quinn's got her bat and she's doing stuff. We find out what Sanctuary is all about. Definitely check the book out. You won't go wrong. If you hate it, definitely just take it back to your comic book shop and tell them Pocan Joe said to give you a refund. And when the guy's done laughing at you, go buy some other comic books from some local artists and support your local artist. All right, next, Infinity Wars. We got Iron Hammer here. Read the first one. It was okay. Like, I wasn't too excited about it, but I have been enjoying the Infinity Warps storylines. If you haven't checked the first issue out, you're definitely going to get lost in this one. Definitely get both of them. And eventually all this is going to tie into the Infinity Wars storyline. So definitely get that. If you haven't picked it up already, basically Gamora is a badass. She warps the universe by folding it in half, so everybody's mix match. And we're at the point where we're about to whip some ass in the main storyline. A lot of this is going to be relevant to it. Definitely get it. Next, we finally got it. We got Drowned Earth. All the preludes came out. Come to find out, they shouldn't have been preludes. They're kind of significant to the story here. If you have not been reading any of the preludes, you're going to get lost. I'm going to tell you right now. But we got some good stuff. I take that back. The Titan prelude that came before this, garbage story. Don't need it. Doesn't fit into the story in the continuity in any way whatsoever. However, everything else has. We got some great stuff going on in this book. Aliens bringing water that changes you into aliens, and they got to figure out how to stop this menace. Good stuff. Now, it wouldn't be a comic book call without talking about Spider-Volt. We can't go without it. We got a first appearance of a Japanese-made live-action show that was, I don't know, it's like the 70s or something. We actually got him in a comic book. We got Spider-Man. We got Spider-Man riding a horse. We got a caveman one. We got all kinds of good stuff in here. And they really expanded this universe to the point to where it's getting crazy. So definitely pick this up if you're reading Spider Gideon. I keep saying Gideon. Spider-Geddon. And thank you, Drew, because you're the one that did that. Drew Manchu. Repeating it off somebody else. Now we're all saying Gideon. I don't know why. But definitely check this out. This is good stuff. Not a bad read. Beautiful covers. Kind of makes sense. I'm really interested in the cowboy Spider-Man. We're going to find out what's going on there tonight. That's getting read tonight. You heard. All right, next we got Spider-Force #1. It's a #1. It's a tie-in to all the other things that we're learning about the particular Spider-Verse. Definitely a key issue. Definitely pick it up. And also, this cover is my pick of the week. This is a beautiful cover right here. So definitely going to be looking forward to that. Now, with my order online, I got a bunch of free comic books, a lot of pilot comic books. So they came in free like they did last year, and we'll just bring one of them up right now. These are the Comic Fest Halloween deals. This is Ms. Marvel, #1, not the #1, but still, nevertheless, it's a, how do you say? It's a Comic Fest pilot. Next, we got Hellboy, #1. All these are going to be #1s because they're pilots. That's how they're listed on anything that I look them up at. Who knows? Some of them may hit. Some of them may miss. Actually, I have one that I'm speculating on that will hit. We'll talk about that one last. But still, a good story. Hellboy. Can't beat that. Next, we have Danger Doll. If you don't know, this is a spinoff from Zombie Tramp, which this turns into a spinoff to a new comic book as well. I know that seems very confusing, but if you like Zombie Tramp and you like Danger Doll, you're going to love this story right here. Pick it up. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it a key. Let's call this a key, and let's pick this up. Next, it can't be Halloween without Hellblazer himself, John Constantine. I really like that cover. I don't know. Yeah, I like the cover. It's a good cover. It's a special edition. I'm looking forward to reading this. Like I said, I've been following Constantine on the digital formats about the story. Good stuff. Let's see if this is any different. Now, the two that I'm speculating on. We'll talk about the first one. The Superior Spider-Man #1 Halloween Comic Con or Comic Fest edition. Yeah, throwing that up there. Cool cover. Good stuff going on inside. Pick this up. Pick it up. Next, we got, what do we got here? Oh, Thor, Road to War of the Realms. This is a true pilot. I'm speculating on this one. If you can get your hands on this, definitely do it. I know they're going to launch the series of this story end of July, January time frame, right around there. So we kind of got a preview here of it. If there's a new character in it, boom, there's your first appearance, your first true appearance of a character, but I'm not sure because I have not had a chance to look at them. Now, let's talk slabs. Now, normally I do not get comic books slabbed, but since I've been growing my collection and things have just gotten more and more complicated for me to maintain, I went ahead and slabbed some of the more higher value stuff. And the first two are straight up speculation. The reason why I say two is because it's the same comic book. That's right. It's the eBay variant for The Return of Wolverine #1. I had both of these signed by McNeville himself. Or Neil Adams, I'm sorry. Neil Adams signed both of these for me at the Baltimore Comic Con. Oh, that's some serious glare there. As you can see, I got an 8.0. Thank you, eBay, for slightly denting the backs of these. Seriously, that's all it took. And that was enough to get them there, so I don't know how I feel about that. But as far as a comic book that was sold through eBay as an exclusive for eBay, I'm kind of hoping that that's about the average for them. I'm hoping the signatures are a little bit more valuable. Again, I'm not sure. I speculated on that one, didn't inspect the comic book too well, and I got caught. So let's talk about what I did do right. Spider-Man #50 came out, and there was thousands upon thousands of variants of that story, as you all know. What you may not know is there was some metal cover variants. Literally, the covers, both front and back, were made of metal, with some great artwork on the front. And there it is. I went ahead and got it slabbed because I live in an area where the humidity is like super crazy. I live near a swamp. So I went ahead and got them slabbed and protected. And right down here at the bottom, you can see that I got number 27 out of only 100 of this B variant. And there was only 100 of the A variant that were metal covered as well. So super cool that I got these done this way. I'm super excited about it. Definitely a home run there. I still haven't decided if I'm going to flip them yay or nay yet. We'll have to see. I don't know. What do you think? Should I flip them? If I flip them, you know, maybe a couple $100 I can get a lot more comic books. Or maybe a better web camera. That thing is crazy. Who knows? Definitely comment down below. Tell me what you think about what I got. Am I off? Am I not off? You want to hear my review on these comic books, however, you can go to Blast It or Stash It. It's a great YouTube channel that I co-host on, along with 3 other great people. Spectacular Spider Grandpa, Drew Manchu, Huey's Comics, and Midwest Comic Guy. That's every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you live out west, good luck. I don't know what time it is out there. I do not math. That is not my thing. I'm just kidding. But definitely come on over and check us out. Again, that's Blast It or Stash It. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is where we kind of go over and review the books and what we thought of them, what was garbage, what we want to stash, and basically what we want to blast. The title's not confusing. It pretty much explains what we're doing on there. They also have a great Patreon site. So if you haven't had a chance, if you subscribe to their Patreon site, give $1. Once a month, at random, a winner will be drawn, and you will be given a great comic book. As a winner of the Patreon site, I will tell you, you will get a great comic book. No garbage, no blasted stuff going out there to you. But that's all that I got. Nothing really going on this weekend. I think me and Spectacular Spider Grandpa are getting up tomorrow, and we'll probably go drink heavily because there's a Norfolk Fest. That's what they literally call it. And it's like beer tasting and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Talk to you soon. Keep it cool. Bye.